Hello, movie lovers! Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing you guys my new Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and reviews for Tuesday, January 19th, 2020. Hope you guys do enjoy the video. Actually, a pretty large stack of movies to talk about this week. I've already got a lot of stuff for last week. I actually got four titles from Warner Archive. They sent like the whole month's worth of titles they were sending me in one package. So it's kind of like some have already released and some aren't released. And quite a few shows. And a few seasons really for next week. But I just want to let you guys know that this morning I already started working on my new computer. Basically, I'm upgrading to a new motherboard, CPU, RAM, two M.2 hard drives. I got two brand new hard drives. I think I'm going to transfer the SSD over from my old computer, and I'll also be reusing the video card because video cards are impossible to buy right now. I'll be using the same case, the same power supply, Blu-ray drive, whatever else is left, I'll be transferring from my old computer. So it's not really building a new computer, but I'm not really upgrading the old computer because it's the major components are being upgraded, so it's hard to say it's an upgrade. But basically, I'll be without a computer as I'm doing this process. I've gotten pretty much everything on the motherboard, except for what I'm taking from the other computer. So I'm going to try today to kind of have some video scheduled for maybe like at least 2 days, so I have 2 days to get this whole thing together. But I haven't recorded any of unboxings or anything for the January 26th releases because I didn't want to have to worry about transferring those files. And, I just figured I got everything that I had on my computer edited, so I have no videos that I have to worry about. So, there's going to be a delay on those. And if something happens, there could be a delay on future videos as well. But just so you guys know, here in the next couple days, I'll be working on that. I will hopefully be watching and reviewing tonight the new Horror Collective movie, and I'm not sure the name of it, and the most recent Red Hound Films release, Butcher. I should be reviewing both of those hopefully tonight. But again, I might be a little bit delayed on actually editing a video. But the cool thing is, guys, hopefully once this new PC is done, not only will it be more reliable as mine's, I think it's about 6 years old, so it's not ancient, but there's been lots of updates and such since. Hopefully it'll be faster, more reliable, and maybe I will start doing some 4K editing. The PC I have right now, it did have a enthusiast i7 processor from 6 years ago. It also had a lower grade. It has a GTX 760 or 670. 760. So of course it's still gonna have that, but this one, hopefully the newer one, will be a lot better at editing 4K footage. And if video cards ever get resupplied, I can always upgrade that. But I'm definitely going to try editing a 4K video, see how it turns out. The old one, it was like a 3 or 4 minutes for every minute to render. So a 20-minute video, would take... it had to be even longer than that, actually. No, I think it was quite a bit longer than that, because usually I did maybe it was 10 to 1. It was crazy. It wasn't manageable. So that's why I don't ever do 4K videos. It's just too labor-intensive for my PC to handle. So let's get into the shopping guide this week, guys. First up, we have Dreamland. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Walmart $12.96, Amazon and Best Buy $12.99, Target $16.59. And guys, I think this one's a steal at $13. It's a no-brainer. And it's also releasing on a DVD, Best Buy $11.99, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, and Target $13.99. Paramount Home Entertainment did send me over a copy of Dreamland for review. I did post an unboxing of this if you'd like to check that out. Just search for Dreamland on my channel. So this one stars Margot Robbie. It takes place in the mid-1930s, and these people have moved to this town, and there's like a huge drought, and basically everybody's going bankrupt, and a lot of people are moving and going on to California. Now, during this time, this woman robs a bank, and She has a very interesting way of telling her stories. She kind of is very manipulative, and they even say, she knows her audience. So she meets this young man, and she's injured, and he's kind of like nursing her back to health, and she's kind of, using her femininity and telling a very selective story to him, so that he will help her. And, he kind of ends up falling in love with her, and they have this plan where they're going to escape to Mexico, but they got to get a car. And, pretty interesting throughout. She's like hiding in their barn, but there's no use for the barn because there's no crops, so nobody will go out there. And I think at the end, though, this movie gets so crazy because you don't know what's going to happen. There's so many different things. And I enjoyed this one quite a bit, guys. This was my second time watching this one. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I definitely would check this one out for sure. Next up is Toys of Terror. This one is releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $14.96. Target, $15.99. And Best Buy, $19.99. Now, Warner Brothers did send me over a copy of Toys of Terror for review, and I don't believe I've gotten an unboxing up of this one yet. So this one is a little different than I was kind of expecting. These people buy this old children's hospital or something, like in the middle of nowhere, and they go out there because they're going to renovate it and flip it as a house to sell it, I guess. And so they go out there, and it's Christmas, and it's like, why do they go out there on Christmas? I don't know. They go out there, and they have like 2 younger kids and an older kid, and the younger kids find all these toys. Now, I'm not sure they ever explained how or why the toys were alive or how or why they wanted to kill people, but basically the toy starts stalking them. Although the toys don't seem to be that dangerous. In fact, the attic floor seems to be the most dangerous thing in this whole movie. And to me, the toys are just kind of really cheaply done. It seems like a stop motion animation, but it also seems like they don't fit in the scene. So like almost like they did a stop motion and then just kind of edited them into the scene. But not always. Some of them seem like they were in the scene, but for the most part, I don't know. It was just really weird and jarring looking and just did not feel right at all. So the story, I don't know. I didn't know what the story was, other than the fact that they were out there renovating this house, and for some reason these toys want to kill them or whatever. But the acting was all right. Like, the acting was, for this kind of movie, definitely decent. But overall, guys, I just gave this movie a 2. Next up is Max Cloud. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Walmart, $14.96, Best Buy, $14.99, and Target, $19.89. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $12.96, Target, $12.99, and Best Buy, $14.99. Now, WellGo USA did send me over a copy of Max Cloud for review. I did post an unboxing of this one. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Max Cloud on my channel. So this movie stars the great Scott Adkins, who has become kind of known as this action martial arts star. But in this one, it's about this young girl playing this video game, and she makes this wish, and I can't remember exactly what she said, but she ends up in the game, and it's kind of like maybe like a Nintendo or Super Nintendo kind of game. It takes place, I don't know what year, but it's not, current. And so they go into this, so she goes into this game, and she's like living out the game, and then her friend comes over and finds out she's in the game, and he has to play the game, and they have to try to defeat the game and hopefully figure out a way for her to get out. So you kind of have this back and forth between her being in the game and her friend playing the game, and Scott Adkins is like the main character of the game, and they're kind of like in this sci-fi space fight kind of thing. They're like fighting space ninjas, and the movie's kind of humorous, and it's definitely fun and lighthearted, and I liked it. I thought it was an okay movie. It wasn't quite as funny as I had hoped it would be, and there wasn't quite as much action as I hoped there would be, but I did enjoy it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Next up is The Cleansing Hour. This one is releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $9.96, Best Buy, $13.99, and Target, $14.59. Now, RLJE Films did send me over a copy of The Cleansing Hour for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for The Cleansing Hour on my channel. Now, when I saw this movie was coming out, I was like, that sounds really familiar. And I remembered in that movie Scare Package, there was a clip that sounded just like this movie. And I believe I know why, because there were either portions of this or recuts or something basically from a scene of this or a couple scenes of this in Scare Package, but made in a more comedic way. In this movie, it is much more serious, but this is about this group of people, mainly this one guy. He pretends he's like a a priest or whatever, and he does exorcisms online, and it's like a live stream and people watch it, but it's all just BS. It's just all, smoke and mirrors, and they're actors, and there's nothing real going on. There's no demons, there's no exorcism. They just kind of make it all up. Well, then one person who is being exorcised ends up being inhabited by a real demon, and the demon wants them to reveal their secret, whatever it is, or it's going to kill the woman it has taken over. And so they kind of have this thing where they're like revealing secrets, and they're trying to just go along with it, but they keep not revealing whatever it wants them to reveal. And you know what, guys? I really liked it. I really the way they made the movie. I liked the idea. I thought everything about this movie was really cool, and I really enjoyed this one a lot. I give it a 4 out of 5. I really, really enjoyed this one. Next up is Wander. This one is releasing on a DVD and digital. Walmart $10.96, Amazon and Best Buy $10.99. Paramount Home Entertainment did send me over a copy for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Wander on my channel. Now this one, of course, had this great cast of Aaron Eckhart and Tommy Lee Jones. In this one, Aaron Eckhart has lost his daughter, and he's kind of gone off the deep end. Like the circumstances were, kind of questionable, and he becomes like really just lost in conspiracy theories. And he meets Tommy Lee Jones, and I guess he kind of really, kind of eggs on this behavior. And they're like these two crazy guys living out in the desert. And this woman comes to them and says her daughter has died under these mysterious circumstances, and they want Aaron Eckhart's character to get to the bottom of it. So he goes to this small town called Wander, and everything there just kind of doesn't seem right. And he's kind of like investigating this thing, and but he's kind of crazy. And they kind of go back and forth. I think it's a little confusing, really, whether or not he's crazy or there's something going on. And even till the end of the movie, they just keep going back and forth, and they're like flip-flopping on, is he crazy? Is it really happening? And I don't know, one flip or one flop, but they 4 or 5 times, it's too much for the viewer to really know exactly what's really happening or not. The biggest complaint for me on this one was like I could almost never understand what Aaron Eckhart was saying. Like he's just trying to do this like this low talk, and I don't know. I was just what through most of the movie, and the story was okay, but at the same time I just really didn't get too much into it. And Tommy Lee Jones isn't in the movie a ton, but he's not too great either. So unfortunately, I feel like they kind of wasted these two actors. I gave it 2.5 out of 5. It wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't something I got super into. Next up is Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? The first season. This one's releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $19.96, Best Buy and Target $19.99. Now I did not get sent a copy of that one. I will pick it up soon. I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan, so I definitely want to pick that one up. Next up is Accepted, releasing on a Blu-ray. Best Buy $8.99, Walmart $10.50, Amazon and Target $12.99. Now I did pre-order this one. I believe it's going to be here today, so I'll bring you guys an unboxing of that soon. But as I said earlier in the video, this week's kind of going to be messed up a little bit. Next up is They Live, releasing on a 4K and Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $27.99. Next up is 2012, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $22.99. Next up is The Kid Detective. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, $22.99. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, $14.99. Next up is Spiral. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Target, Walmart, $14.59. Best Buy, $14.99. And then it is also releasing on a DVD. Best Buy, $13.99. Amazon and Walmart, $16.52. And Target, $16.59. Next up is The Climb. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Walmart, $24.99. Best Buy and Target, no listing. You'll also get a DVD release. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all $17.99. Next up is Always and Forever. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Target, $14.59. Best Buy, $14.99. And Walmart, no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $9.96. Best Buy, $13.99. And Target, $14.59. Next up is Your Highness. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all $12.99. Next up is Dead Reckoning. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Walmart $21.73, Target $21.99, and Best Buy no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $9.96, Best Buy and Target $11.99. Now, a couple of releases that are already available. Warner Brothers sent over Manifest Season 2 for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Manifest on my channel. So I haven't seen Season 1 yet, but Season 2, we basically have the survivors of Flight 828, and they have these things called callings, which are basically these very strange visions that are impossible to interpret, but they always seem to. And basically they'll get some really crazy vision of something happening, and that means they got to stop something from happening. Now, throughout the season, they kind of go back and forth on whether or not these are good or bad, or they should follow them or not. At the same time, they had this thing where these people were like trying to attack them. Although it was a very small part of the show, like people wanted to kill the 828ers or whatever because they think they're evil or whatever reason. I not care for that portion of the show. And it got a little repetitive of just them going, like, they're getting these stupid little visions, and then they'll end up at the right spot and somebody was about to die and they gotta save them, you know. It wasn't too bad, but at the same time I was like, all right, let's move on from this a little bit. But it had a really great ending. I enjoyed the season. I liked the characters. Definitely, I believe they ended this for season 3, if I remember correctly. But I did enjoy this one, guys. It was a lot of fun. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. American Dream was sent over to me for review by Lionsgate, and I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for American Dream on my channel. So this was about these two brothers who are making this, I think it's like an apartment building, and they're like out of money, but the building's not even close to done, and they need like a $700,000 loan, and the banks won't give them a loan. And so they know this guy, and he finds out or whatever, and he's like, well, I could work this deal out with this other guy where basically he gives you money to invest, and then you'll owe him so much money at a certain time. And it seems shady, but I don't know that they really got into like were they paying a really high interest rate, or like were they money laundering, or I don't know how the crime world works, but they're doing something shady. And like all these people are supposed to be Russian. Unfortunately, none of the main characters seemed Russian at all. Didn't really, like, the accents weren't there. All the lower characters, though, seemed a lot more Russian than they did. And so they borrow this money from this guy, but then the one guy's dad, or were they brothers? The dad, he ends up getting them the loan, and so they don't need that money. And then again, they don't say why, but the guy, like the middleman, he like starts freaking out, and he says they owe him like $7,000. Again, what was the $7,000 for? I don't know. I didn't really get that. Like, were they going to pay the guy back $7,000 of interest? I don't know. And so, you know, it kind of ends up being like this, almost like psychological intimidation kind of thing, where he's got to get this money, and every day they owe an extra 10% or something, and they don't want to pay him, and they're trying to find ways to keep him away, but, you know, he's like a criminal, so he's gonna find ways to get at them. It was an interesting movie. I gave it a 3 out of 5. And Lena and Snowball was sent to me for review by Lionsgate. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like to check that out, just search for Lena and Snowball on my channel. So this movie was about this young girl who had found this white lion, I think it was, after these poachers, I guess, had lost it or something. And so she's trying to keep it as her pet and a secret from her dad. And she's trying to keep it from the two guys who are trying to find it. This is obviously a movie more made for kids than adults. I didn't understand why the villains were kind of like almost like comedic cartoon characters, just way over the top. At one point, one of them has a gun. It's obviously a very cheap toy gun. You know, it didn't look real at all. And so the girl is also going through, like, her mother died. I don't know if they say how long ago it was. And she's in the school, and like she's getting bullied all the time, and she meets this boy who's kind of nice to her, but he hangs out with all the bullies. And there's kind of like some life lessons for kids, hopefully not adults, you know, mainly for kids. And I thought it was an interesting movie. Like I said, more geared towards children, I think. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The acting was all fairly good, except for, you know, like I said, the villains were just kind of like over the top, and the story was all right. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys have seen any of these movies, love to hear your thoughts on them down in the comment section below. If you plan on picking any of them up, be sure to let me know. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the chess videos, and I'll see you guys next time.